Welcome to the first of many Kingdom Hearts videos, because I'm going to be doing the whole series, except for that browser game, of course. And, no better place to start than the beginning, again, except for that browser game, the Kingdom Hearts X, or Chai, whatever it's called. For obvious reasons. I'm pretty sure it's discontinued. You can't even play it if you want to anymore. Now, so I'm playing on standard mode, but I do plan on getting the secret ending, which apparently the blank points ending, which is dumbed down a bit from the requirements are lesser than in the original version. In this version for the standard mode, you just have to complete the sticker album with 140 points, which I'll talk about more about that later. Kill 9,999 Unversed across the 3 characters. And I think you have to get all the reports, all the Xehanort reports. I'm not sure, but I'm going to get them anyway. I'm pretty sure those are all the requirements. That's all the ones I've been able to find. Yeah. Because I remember in the original version, you apparently had to complete the journal 100% on standard. Which means getting all the treasure chests, all the keyblades, all the commands and all that stuff. Yeah, you'll notice I muted the opening song because YouTube copyrights a bitch. They can be really anal about that kind of crap, and so I just decided to mute it. And I like the visual, so I kept it in anyway, and so I could talk about stuff. The kind of technical stuff, like the how I plan to get the secret ending. So yeah, so this is where everything begins. It takes place 10 years before the events of Kingdom Hearts 1. And as you can probably guess, that means these characters are not gonna make it, because since they don't even appear or are not mentioned at all in the first 4 games of the series. 3 games, Chain of Memories 1 and 2. Yeah, that's another thing I should mention, is that there will be spoilers. For pretty much the entire Kingdom Hearts series, except for Dream Drop Distance. Because it's kind of hard to talk about Kingdom Hearts without mentioning the other games. It's hard to talk about one Kingdom Hearts game and not mention, pretty much all the others. So I'm gonna... This is the only warning I'm gonna give, end game spoilers for this game, Kingdom Hearts 1, Chain of Memories, 2, 358 over 2 days. Pretty much everything except Dream Drop Distance. And also already coded, because no one gives a fuck about that game, and it's completely unimportant. Yeah, I always love the surreal bullshit that goes on in Kingdom Hearts openings. And I do like the song that I'm pretty sure Simple and Clean was made for Kingdom Hearts. It wasn't some pre-existing song. It was one that got made for the series. And here we go. That's a familiar place. I think I've seen this place before, but I can't quite remember. Ah, well. I'm sure this place will never be important at any point during the series. Who's this?
This world is just too small.
Or maybe you're just too big. Oh, hello. This does not look good. What's going on here? Yeah, there's that familiar Organization 13 cloak. What is that stuff even made of? Because apparently it protects you from the darkness. So what's it even made of, I wonder? Anti-dark fabric? I don't fucking know.
There, you see, an empty world, like a prison.
I guess.
Imagine you will be right at home.
Dude, if you want to dump a body, you should probably bury it, or tie it to a cinder block and throw it in the ocean. You're not supposed to leave it out in the middle of where everyone can see it, dude. Oh well. And that was Master Xehanort, voiced by the late Leonard Nimoy. God rest his soul. Yeah.
Who's there?
Of course, as everyone knows, is Spock from Star Trek. He also did a couple other stuff with voice acting, like he was the narrator for that old Seaman game for the Dreamcast. That weird game. He was Galvatron in the Transformers G1 movie, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde from the Pagemaster, and Sentinel Prime from that Dark of the Moon Transformers movie. Yeah, the crazy thing is that Leonard Nimoy and Master Xehanort's original voice actor both died within like a month of each other. It's a pretty crazy and sad coincidence. Cause he does a pretty damn good job. He has a great voice. Okay, this all seems pretty familiar. Yeah, I might want to give that kid a shirt. It's kind of cold in here.
But this is...
And this is Ventus,
Why are you in my heart?
voiced by Jesse McCartney, who, you know, same thing with Roxas. Yeah, this guy looks just like Roxas. I wonder what that's all about. Yeah. And then, of course, McCartney also does a couple other stuff, like he does Theodore from those crappy live-action Alvin and the Chipmunk movies, and Dick Grayson from Young Justice, the TV show, and I think the game too. But yeah, this kid's not doing so good. His heart's kind of fractured. So I guess in every one of these awakening parts, those pillars represent a heart of some kind, I suppose. Man, I wish my heart looked like that. That'd be cool. Instead, it's gross and red. And of course, I'm not gonna mention like every single endgame spoiler right away, but it'll become clear who this voice is soon enough. He talks awfully eloquently for someone his age. I'll say that much. I don't want to wake up. I'm tired.
Open the door.
Yeah. The door to light. Yeah, see, I wish my heart got a little, you know, stained glass thing like that. That'd be cool. It'd make things a lot more interesting. Yeah, because a heart is pretty much everything except an internal organ that pumps blood in this series. It can pretty much do whatever the fuck the plot needs it to. Oh, a heart can reach out and reform other hearts? Why the hell not? Yeah, and there's Ventus's Keyblade. I really like the design of the main character's Keyblades in this game. I like most Keyblades, honestly. I think most of them have a pretty good design. Dude, no, seriously. You might want to hide that body a bit better if you're going to dump it. Oh, God, it's alive. Huh. Ah!
A keyblade.
I've never seen one of those before. Yeah, it hardly looks like a key. I guess it kind of does. That is one thing I note, that like half the keyblades don't even look like keys at all. Or at least you wouldn't look like that and go, yep, that's definitely a key. And of course, mostly it's the key, the option, the keyblades you get from beating worlds usually don't look too much like actual keys. I'm not sure what exactly is going on here, where all those sparkles are coming from, but it's not important. I'm sure it's nothing important. Huh, nice room. What the hell is that glowing ball thing? What is that? It's got a weird tribal mask. Whole bunch of books. Telescope. Oh, he's looking all better, and he's got a shirt on now. Thank God. It's cold out there. You don't wanna go out there without a shirt. Yeah, I do like how in this game you get to play as 3 main characters instead of just, you know, the one. And of course, Dream Drop Distance, you get to play as 2.
A meteor shower.
And also in Chain of Memories. Of course, that's, you know, separate. The stories are all separate. Of course, that is the same case here, too, but still. Meteor showers are pretty cool. I've seen 1 or 2. The land of departure. No one actually stays here because all they do is leave. So yeah. Now, of course, when I play through this game, I'm gonna go through the what's usually seen as the designated order: Terra, Ventus, Aqua. But I am gonna go through this tutorial once to kind of just show things off, and there's a little bit of characterization for, you know, the Terra, Ventus, and Aqua.
Can't see much from
You had a telescope in your room, just saying. There's a bit more characterization for the three main characters at the end of it, so I decided to keep it in just this once. Because it's the exact same. This is before you get to choose your character, so
I've got time to spare.
at least it gives you the option to skip it every time you start a game. Yeah, after you've seen it once. Yeah, you beat the life out of that thing, literally. But yeah, it's all just covering the basic stuff. Now, in terms of the combat and the combat style, this has been like my favorite Kingdom Hearts game, honestly. I really love the combat here. You know, the command decks, the command melding, which I'll talk about more later. You know, the special commands, the D-links, the focus, the shot locks. I love all that stuff. But of course, I'll explain all that later, more in detail. Thank you, the powers that be, for giving me a treasure chest. Yeah, now it's a little bit of muscle memory. I'm so used to having to press triangle to open chests, thanks to, you know, Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. So sometimes I'll accidentally, you know, use one of my commands near a chest instead of opening it because I just kind of mess up. Yeah, you can edit your deck anytime you want, well, outside of battle. But of course, every time you do, you have to wait for everything to reload. So yeah, and you can meld commands by combining things. You can combine certain commands to get something new, and you can in the synthesis material in this game, you can add on to the melding to give it an effect. And with that effect, if you level up that ability to its max, you get it permanently instead of having to only use it when that command is in your command deck. So that scan was part of that one command that I don't remember which one it was. It automatically leveled it up to 3 for us. But if it was not level 3 and we removed it from the deck, we would no longer have scan. But since it, you know, automatically leveled up that command for us to the max, then now we have scan even if we don't have that command in our deck. Which is nice. Because I like to see the enemy's health bar. Yeah, I guess must not have been that exciting of a meteor shower if you fell asleep. Ah! It's a girl!
Whoa!
She's got cooties, run, Ventus! She's got like a sweater tied to her waist. I don't know what the deal with that is.
Then you
Or a skirt?
You know, you should have.
Yeah, so this is Aqua, voiced by Willa Holland. And this is pretty much her only voice role. Yeah, I know these people, a lot of these actors do like live action movies or TV shows, but I'm gonna focus more on their voice acting roles more than anything else.
I know.
But yeah, in terms of voice acting, Aqua is pretty much the only thing she's ever done. And this one Scarface game from like 2006, but it's various roles, and she's not even credited according to Wikipedia at least.
Wonder what stars are.
Yeah, and
Light comes from.
yeah, I mean Jesse McCartney does a pretty good job. He's done a pretty good job as Roxas and Ventus throughout the years, but Willa Holland, she's not very good at Aqua. She's not very good.
Hard to believe there are so many worlds out there besides our
And that's Terra, done by Jason Doring.
their hearts
I think that's how it's pronounced.
shining down on us.
And in terms of voice acting, this is all he's done, just Terra.
What? I don't get it.
In other words, they're just like you, Ven.
What does that mean?
You'll find
Yeah,
out someday.
I'm not really sure how old these characters are supposed to be. I'm pretty sure they're never actually explicitly said.
Quit treating me like a kid.
Ventus, I always assumed was between like 13 and 15,
Laughing at.
and Aqua and Terra are between 18 and 20. That's what I always assumed.
Two would make the weirdest brothers.
Huh?
Okay, it's not that funny. It's so anime. Let's laugh at nothing for 10 minutes. Man, look at all those worlds we'll never get to visit. Every star out there is a world. We only get to visit like 10 of them. That's not fair.
Oh, yeah. Terra, you and I have our Mark of Mastery exams tomorrow.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot about that very important thing.
I made us good luck charms.
Yeah, so the Land of Departure is where Keyblade warriors are trained and become masters. I'm pretty sure it's the only place for that. Of course, Ventus, well, he was with Master Xehanort for a while, so I guess there are other worlds that do that too.
Somewhere out there, there's this tree with star-shaped fruit.
Now, how does she know that?
And the fruit represents an unbreakable connection.
I guess Master Xehanort may have told her, because he comes from Destiny Islands.
Nothing can ever drive you apart. You will always find your way back to each other.
Yeah, whenever characters talk about how they'll always be together, you just know that means they're gonna be fucked up. We'll always be together, always, and then they were never together again.
Sometimes. So this isn't a real good luck charm?
Yeah, I'm no architect, but I'm pretty sure that castle in the background is not like.
But I did
I'm pretty sure it's not up to code in terms of its structure.
an unbreakable
Doesn't look very stable. I would never set foot in that castle. I'm afraid it would topple over the edge. Yeah, Wayfinder. Yeah, and then the D-Links. Basically, D-Links are a way of fighting. Whenever you encounter certain characters along the story, you get a D-Link. When you activate the D-Link, it kind of, well, first of all, it replaces your command deck with a set of commands, and it allows you to get special abilities as you level up the D-Links, depending on which character you have. And also, the finishing command is different. It's changed and depending on what D-Link you're using. Yeah, I kind of overestimate. I'm used to how in like Kingdom Hearts, the original games, how like you'll fly towards the enemy when you attack them. So that's why sometimes I try to attack an enemy when I'm not close enough, because I'm just used to being able to like slide towards the enemy and have them be hit. And also, I'm just not good at video games. But yeah. So every character has their own like different kind of play style. Terra's strong and kind of slow, and he doesn't really utilize magic very well. Ventus is kind of the in-between. He's fast, and he also kind of has a balance of strength and magic. And then Aqua's kind of the low defense, low strength wizard with high magic power.
But you need to know how to handle a crowd too.
Yes, I will teach you how to handle a crowd by fighting you one-on-one. Yeah, and I will say this right now. Ventus is the only one of these three characters I actually like. I am not fond of Terra or Aqua. And their voice actors kind of play a part in that. Neither of them have very good voices. I mean, the voices themselves are fine, but their acting can be kind of stiff. Terra, like, kind of has that. Terra, like, doesn't utilize very much emotion very often, and Aqua just. It's hard to explain. You'll just have to listen to her. Like, I'll be quiet when she talks at times, just so you can listen to her bad voice acting. Oh shit, man. Terra, you gotta calm down. It's just a sparring match. You can't utilize the power of darkness. Oh yeah. That was a tutorial.
It comes with experience.
Oh, shut up. It comes with experience. And I like Terra's gigantic baggy pants. They look so ridiculous. They're like skirt pants. It's weird.
Trust me. You
And
guys
Ventus
are right.
has, the asymmetrical Final Fantasy type designs. They kind of drive me nuts a little bit because it just bothers me. Like Ventus has that one little armband, but he only has it on one arm.
You'll find it there.
And how he and Terra have one armor thing, which you'll see what that does in a bit. Yeah, command board. I'm not going to show you command boards, because the one thing more awful than playing command board is watching someone else play command board. But it's a way to get commands and level them up. But honestly, I found that just beating the crap out of the enemies in the game levels up these things a lot faster. That's what I found, honestly. So there's really no use for them. The only thing is you get a really good shot lock, Ragnarok, right off the bat. Well, you can get one through command boards, like right after the prologue, which I do off screen, because again, I'm not gonna make you sit through that crap. It's basically Monopoly, but with Kingdom Hearts characters.
Me too.
Yeah, you go on your spaces, you can buy them, and then if a character lands on that space, they gotta give you money. It's basically Monopoly, except you can't play as a car. You can't get the car piece. I always play as the car. Is she wearing is that a corset? That's what those are called, right? The things that the Victorian women would wear around their waists. Is she wearing one of those?
Always.
And of course, she has blue hair. Gotta have blue hair for an anime such as this.
The last night we ever spent beneath the same stars.
Jinx, you owe me a soda. Yeah, see those? They're those giant rings, chained up. You know, chains connecting to those giant rings to keep that fucking castle in place. There's Mickey. Yeah, you got this. Oh no, Mickey, no! Oh no, Mickey Mouse is dead. Oh no, never mind, he's fine. I love Yen Sid's bookshelves. They're so ridiculous. Like, wait, just wait. I think we'll see one before. Oh no, maybe this cutscene one before we see it. Hello.
I cannot shake the feeling something terrible is about to transpire.
You say that every day, Yen Sid. Were we gonna see it? Yeah, like those. Look at that. And there's that one little bookshelf off on its own that has one book on it. Green, blue, and orangey red. I wonder who that signifies. No one important, I'm sure. And now we get to pick our character. And like I said, I'm gonna go through the kind of order that a lot of people seem to think is best, and the game seems to think it's best too. So Terra, Ventus, Aqua. Yeah, the brute forcing combat. Like I said, he's kind of like strong and slow, and doesn't utilize magic very well. Which is nice, because I don't like to use magic as often as other people might. Gee, I wonder who the bad guy in this room is. Surely it's not the hunchback guy with orange eyes. And a goatee. Hello.
Today you will be examined for the mark of mastery.
And this is Master Ericus, which is an anagram of square. Voiced by Mark Hamill, as we all know who that is. Luke Skywalker. Played the Joker in the animated series. Yeah, along with Sticky Beard from Kids Next Door. He played that asshole dad from the Dante Inferno movie. And Larry 3000 from the Time Squad. And Skips from Regular Show. Yeah, of course, I'm not gonna. When I give these little voice actor trivia things, I'm not gonna list every role they do, because for some of these people that would take like an hour. But I'm just gonna list kind of like some of the more famous roles or ones that people might recognize. Like some of them are in some pretty obscure stuff, but oh no, a ball! Oh, thank God.
Don't worry about me. You two focus on the exam.
But Ven, you're in danger here. Go wait in your room.
It's not just me, right? That delivery from Aqua just there was terrible, right? It's not just me.
I'm not gonna miss it now.
He can take care of himself.
And Terra just kind of sounds bored half the time. Like it seems like he really emotes even when the situation calls for it. And I'm only gonna show this whole little sequence once, cause like this cutscene and the one that directly follows it is the same for every character. So I'm only gonna show this off once. And yeah, again, I overestimate the reach of these characters, unfortunately. Yeah, that is one problem with playing the different Kingdom Hearts games is you gotta get used to the smaller mechanics of how they play. Because again, like in Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, it feels like Sora has a lot longer of a reach, especially with that like sliding dash ability. So I'm just so used to being able to attack an enemy from across the room. So it's just something I have to get used to. Because I was just playing through the original, 3 games before I started this. So yeah. Oh yeah, one thing I did forget to mention are the optional bosses. I do plan on fighting those, but not. You can't even fight them until. I don't think you can fight them until after you beat the game. You have to have a completed save file to even fight them. Yeah, and then the command styles. There's that command bar, and when you attack enough, it fills up, and you get like a power boost, and you get a different kind of combo moveset.
Which brings us to your next trial.
Oh, really?
Now, Terra and Aqua, the two of you will face each other in combat.
To the death.
Remember, there are no winners.
But whoever loses the fight, whoever wins the fight gets to go neener, neener, neener to the loser.
Begin.
But yeah, Master Ericus is, the one who trains all 3 of these kids, and he's got a very strong distaste for darkness. Like he does not accept even like a speck of darkness to exist anywhere near him, which I guess is understandable. Darkness is, darkness has a pretty bad rap. Now, I wonder what that 3rd chair is for. I'm sure it will never become important.
And reached a decision. Terra, Aqua, you both performed commendably. However, only Aqua has shown the mark of mastery.
Tough luck, Terra.
Terra, you failed to keep the darkness within you sufficiently in check.
He didn't even use it though.
There is always
He prevented himself from using it.
That is all.
Wouldn't that mean he did keep it in check? You know what? Never mind. Who
As our
cares?
newest Keyblade master,
I do like a Master Xehanort just walks off without a word. Just like, this is boring. I'm out of here. Goodbye.
Hey,
Terra, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Darkness.
He's just a
Where
loser.
did it come from?
But again, yeah, like this is like the same every playthrough, so I'm gonna skip over this like for the next 2 times.
He ain't gonna cut it.
Ooh, who's this mysterious fellow?
Somebody's gotta break.
He's got a skirt, just like Master Xehanort.
Not here.
I guess that's part of a coat. Never mind.
I have to.
Well, for Xehanort, I mean, not for this guy. He's definitely got a skirt and like 3 belts,
He just needs a little incentive to leave home.
as is Nomura standard. The characters have to have at least 2 belts on their on their design,
Sorry. But I need
or some belt-like thing, like a strap. And of course, they also must have an asymmetrical design. Actually, Aqua is pretty
What does
symmetrical
that matter?
because she has the 2 armor sleeve things.
Yes. You are indeed strong.
I heard you muttered to yourself with my elf
There's
ears.
nothing to fear.
Yes, trust the creepy old man there, Terra.
And yet, how frustrating that Ericus refutes its power.
Darkness is pretty damn great.
Him forever.
So is being evil. I mean, old. I mean,
Master in his eyes.
I mean, for God's sake, he even has a goddamn goatee.
Understand, Master Xehanort. What is it that I failed to learn?
Basic geometry, you're kind of an idiot.
As you are,
I mean, come on, he even does like an evil walk. Come on.
it can only be channeled.
Does the evil hand gestures.
Thank you, Master.
His name is an anagram of no heart with an X added. Come on. I'm sure he is completely trustworthy. I'm sure he is not up to anything nefarious, even though he just used a portal of darkness. I mean, I trust him, don't you? Oh man, I'm gonna be late for class.
What happened?
I don't know.
I don't know, it's math period, I
Why
guess.
isn't Ven here?
Very well then. I will send
Master Ericus is talking to the wall again.
Yes. I understand.
Yeah, of course, Yen Sid used to be
Farewell.
a Keyblade Master, but he doesn't do that anymore. Though, honestly, I would have loved to have seen him wielding a Keyblade. I thought that would have been great.
As you know.
Just see him fight just once with a Keyblade.
But he still keeps a close eye on the tides of light and darkness.
He never leaves his chair, though, but you know.
On the road we wielders of the Keyblade must walk. All the more reason
Yeah, so, in case it wasn't obvious, like, these characters are kind of parallel to Sora, Riku, and Kairi.
not only from the forces of darkness,
Ventus and Sora are kind of the same. Like, Ventus, I forgot to mention, Ventus is Latin for wind.
taken monster
Terra is, you know, a counterpart to Riku. There's the more experienced, stronger fighter who has a problem with darkness.
tasked with striking
And then Aqua and Kairi, because there's no one else, and they're the only girls.
the Unversed are no exception.
Yeah, so the Unversed are basically just the Heartless of this game.
Onto Master Xehanort, but my repeated attempts to reach him have failed.
I'm sure it's nothing.
If there is any connection,
Gee, I wonder.
troubles me.
Master Xehanort?
Like, I know, like, they don't really have a specific reason. Well, actually, no, Ericus should probably suspect him. 'Cause
So here
there's,
we are.
like, they got into a pretty nasty argument in the past, which is something we'll see in later parts. So honestly, he should be suspecting him, but apparently not.
I have unlocked the lanes between.
Like, it just bothers me how, like, Master Xehanort is so obviously evil, but they're just like, I don't know, he seems trustworthy. I'm sure he's not up to anything bad.
Darkness looms closer than usual within these spaces, but your armor will protect you.
Yeah, that is one thing I love about this game is the goddamn Keyblade armor. That is so cool.
You cannot tell anyone there are other worlds.
Yeah, World Order.
Now
Yeah, keep that up.
go and fulfill your duty.
Yes, Master.
Hi, Sensei.
Terra, consider this enough.
Yeah, and of course, yeah, so Ventus is Latin for wind, and of course Aqua is Aqua, water, and Terra, you know, earth, you know, like terrain, or like terraforming.
My own son. If I could have my way, I would name you Master in a second.
Uh-huh, really, is that so?
How can I? When you are so obsessed with power.
I mean, he says that, but we never really saw any kind of implication of that before.
You must
Shouldn't we, like, see him be obsessed with power before someone tells us that?
leads to obsession.
God, you just never stop talking about power. It's power this, power that, nothing but power.
You must never forget.
Thank you, Master.
Yeah, thanks for belittling me in front of my peers,
I will not
Master.
fail you again.
Yeah, I'm sure this will go well. And of course, I'm sure Master Xehanort has nothing to do with all this. Hey, Venti.
It's okay.
Anime hair rustle. Line? Okay. Yeah, I love this. Bam! God, I really, yeah, look at this. It's actually pretty damn cool. It's even got the Batman ears. I really hope we get this kind of stuff in Kingdom Hearts 3 with Sora and Riku and Kairi. And yeah, I love this too. I hope we also get this in Kingdom Hearts 3. These Keyblade vehicles. I love that. It's so cool. I mean, it's like, you know, pretty. It's kind of out there for Kingdom Hearts, honestly, but I still like it. God damn, man, that's so cool. Yeah, but there's the first D-Link. Well, with him and Aqua. Yeah, so, yeah, and then when you defeat them, you get like a little starfish thing, and it levels up. And every D-Link is powered up twice, where you'll get new commands for the command deck, and also, there'll be more passive powers. Like for Ventus, you get haste for the first level up, which makes you faster in movement and attack, which is pretty damn useful for someone that's usually slow like Terra. So yeah, that's it for part 1. Next time I'll go to the Enchanted Dominion, which is the Sleeping Beauty world. and see what's up there. So I'll see you then.